Yes, I am preparing for the call with James. Yes, I am preparing for the call with James. Yes, I am preparing for the call with James. Yes, I am preparing for the call with James. So you will deep relaxation. And that was needed. Yes, I'm a wealthy man. Yes, I'm a wealthy man. Yes, I am 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 a wealthy man. Yes, I'm a wealthy man. Yes, I am a wealthy man. Yes, this is so easy. Yes, this is so easy. Yes, I have the face of an entertainer. Yes, this is so easy. 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 Yes, I can do this. Yes, I can do this. Yes, I can absolutely do this. Yes, this is so easy. Yes, this is so easy. Yes, I'm speaking to the world. Yes, I am speaking to the world, and I have an online business. It is easy. Yes, it is easy, and I'm talking to the world. I am talking to the world, yeah, ho. Yeah, yeah, ho, yeah. Doesn't look so bad. I mean, yeah. Well, we are on the way. 2 kilos in a month. That is significant. Keep it going, yeah, ho. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, ho, I'm seeing my own videos. Let's take a look at it. Oh, why not? Let's take a look at the end of the vlog, yeah.
Die dir dieses gesamte Bewusstseinstraining alltagstauglich macht.
Alltagstauglich.
Ich freue mich drauf, ich hoffe, du freust dich auch drauf. Wir sehen uns im nächsten Video. Bis gleich.
Wir sehen uns im nächsten Video. Ja, hey. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yeah, hey, yo. Today it can be all reflection. Reflection. Just all reflection, man. Easy. So easy. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh. I made exactly one video playing music back then. This is incredible. Like what? Like as if I had some inner, like, dang man, standing in my way. What is up here? Unbelievable, man. 7 years. Dang. Well, alright then. Let's go. I love Chunka Piedra Kit Native Vlog episode number 2. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh, and I'm listening to my incantation.
Welcome, good morning.
On the other ear, yeah,
Today we'll be spending time with my grandfather. And I believe there are like two things we can learn from them.
I'm
One,
not
the
writing
importance of
nothing
family.
down.
The importance of spending like real quality time with your family, not only for yourself, for your own enjoyment, but also for their enjoyment. You know, the great medicine that our family and spending time with our family can bring, you know, at least that IOS brought for me, is to get, you know, beyond our self-importance. You know, it's good to choose the circle of friends that you have very, very wisely. It's good to, you know, pick and choose who we're really spending time with as friends. But when it comes to family, we really have also an obligation to spend time with the family and help out there. There are certain people where we can also distance from when they have, you know, happen to be independent. But you know what I'm saying here right now is basically my grandfather, he's like 93 years old. You know, my grandmother passed away before, so there's some kind of obligation, you know, for me that I see at least to help him out. And you know, that's why I'm back here in Germany, where I was born and raised. And I believe we can distill like a few really great learnings from him. He's like 93 years old, as I said. He has lived through war times, through like GDR times, incredible hardship, and I've learned so much from him. And the real important thing, I believe, or like the interesting thing, is that he's quite an ordinary man. He's like not a formal teacher. He's not an enlightened being. He's not somebody who has made great contributions to humanity as a incredible public speaker, like all those people that I usually learn and look up from to. It's not that. He's like an ordinary being, an ordinary person, and maybe the learning that we can draw from that is actually everybody that we encounter has something to give for us, or we have something to learn from them. You see, something we can learn from them. Might be like they trigger us and we learn something about our own conditioning, or we can learn from them so we don't need to repeat their mistakes that they have already made. So while I was spending, or will be spending, this day with my grandfather, I will try to distill a few of those learnings, because I truly believe they can be really, really valuable about how we live our lives. You know, what I truly believe in is taking somebody who has gained life experience and make it accessible to other people so we don't need to repeat those mistakes. And yes, the second thing that I said is the importance of family altogether, you know, because it heals. It truly heals. Not only do you uncover your conditioning that happened with your family members that kind of keeps holding you back, where you try to impress somebody like your family, or you're like very dependent upon other people's opinion and approval. And I had that with my father a lot. And also, you know, partly with my grandfather, because male members of your family, you tend to behave like in a certain way, or female members, you know, they are kind of archetypical for the mother or the father. So when I see how I behave towards my grandfather, trying to please him, you know, trying to get approval of him, trying to fit in a certain way, I discover really many things about myself. So maybe that's a great thing for you as well, to discover and ask yourself, what are the things in your parents that you dislike, that really piss you off? You know, that you would truly get triggered by, and then find the deeper meaning in that. Like, what does it say about me, and really get deep down to the fear, because this is there where the work on conditioning is really meaningful. Where is my fear? You know, when I think about the approval from my dad, I think about being a failure, you see. By me, for example, wanting to change myself in the way I communicate my work, like sharing this message to the world, so that he will approve of me, and in that way I won't feel like a loser in kind of his eyes. This is basically the true fear, you know, that I'm not enough. So and by speaking that out, you know, medicine of honesty, we actually can experience healing with that, and talking it out with a friend, or like with you now in front of the camera for me, this is where the healing lies. So really deeply examine where is your conditioning and what is the fear underneath. And yes, well, anyway, we'll be going through the day and distilling the learnings, and yes, see you there. So, good morning again. Before we start and drive off, like a quick video on the breakfast that I will be having today. Will be quinoa, lentils, bit of chia seeds, avocado, and a bit of veggies. So, and the reason why I'm doing this video is important, and I believe like nutrition is an important and integral part of everybody's life, that everybody should inquire about what and how and when to eat, just to get a little conscious about eating itself. And now comes Grandpa.
Also besser kann die Verpackung nicht sein.
Genau, großartig.
Da kann nichts passieren.
Ja, machen wir so.
Aber das Ding kann man nicht hier.
Nee?
Sag mal keine Ding, keine Batterie hier.
Nee, die holen wir noch.
Machen, ja.
Yeah, yeah. So, just briefly. Yes, so am I eating like this all the time? No, I don't. But right now, you know, you can also adapt the choice of your breakfast to the kind of needs of the day. I will be driving for like 2 or 3 hours today, and it will be hot in the car, so I really want to have some light meal, but something that nourishes me and gives like sustenance for a few hours, because we will be eating like lunch at around 1, so it will be 6 hours. So that's actually the reason why I took the avocado and the chia seeds, because they provide like healthy fats, and I should say I also added like some raw fat on that. So the fats that they provide like sustenance for like a long time. You know, carbohydrates they burn quickly, so you tend to want to eat faster. But fats kind of give you a nice balanced feeling of not being hungry and not needing food. So yes, just briefly for the breakfast that I eat. And it's also another thing, like you have so many videos about, let me turn that around, so many. Yes, the video stopped for some reason. Anyway, back to the breakfast. It consists of quinoa, lentils, avocado, a few chia seeds, raw oil, and a few raw veggies. And you can actually adjust the breakfast that you eat towards the needs of the day. This is what I at least often do. Like, this is not a typical breakfast, but the thing is also, if we want to be really truly happy and fulfilled in ourselves, we have to break the rules of society, of our conditioning. And we're conditioned in a way to eat in a certain way about processed food and a lot of bread and a lot of carbohydrates, too much carbohydrates, and basically eating this kind of breakfast is very, very far out for many people to imagine in general society. But we really have to make do our own thing also in terms of nutrition, do something that nurtures our body and that we can feel comfortable eating and feel well after having eaten it. So the reason why I was adding the avocado and the chia seeds is because it contains like healthy fats. Also the raw oil that I added on top is like healthy fats. We'll be eating lunch at around 12 today, and it has to last for like 6-7 hours. And the thing with carbohydrates is they kind of spike your blood sugar level a lot, and then you feel hungry soon after. And with fats, you know, after the food has been processed in your body and is digested, you still do not feel the need of food again. Like you feel, well fed, so to speak. You don't have hunger anymore. Like this is the thing. You're not full, but you don't feel hunger. It's just a nice, clean absence of the need for food, and this is what the healthy fats give. So I really encourage you, maybe that's the learning here, to incorporate more fats in your diet, like raw, healthy fats. And you can do, wait for the next episode of one of the next episodes, or make some research, do some research on yourself, what kinds of food contain those healthy fats. But I also would like to rid you of an illusion that I eat like this all the time and this is what you should eat all the time. There's a time and a place for like food that just tastes nice, that you just eat for the enjoyment. But to eat for enjoyment only and mainly comfort foods, and like as I said, the next episode where we'll be talking about nutrition in depth, there will be like a great rant on comfort food again as well. And what I learned on my journey, as I shared in the previous episode, I also was struggling with overeating a lot in the past. So I've learned a few things there, and also talked with others about that who are, therapists and things like that. So, like, do not fall into the illusion that this is what you should eat all day, every day, and not try not to make you wrong for not eating that. Like, you attract the foods that you're currently attracting, and that is okay. Rather focus on giving something valuable to other people, and then your life will transform, instead of getting stuck in wanting to be perfect and beating yourself up for your nutrition, And actually the reason, when you stop beating yourself up for nutrition and you stop trying to force a certain form of nutrition, and you stop to wanting to adjust your nutrition out of hate towards yourself or anger towards yourself, it ain't gonna work. So be loving towards yourself, and start with the nutrition that you have right now, that you do right now, and accept that, and from there the healthy nutrition will come. Hello, back again, and a quick shout out. That might be an interesting thing for you also to consider. When do we have conflicts with our family members? When we do have values in conflict, you see? I was just having like a little debated discussion with my grandfather, because we were running late, because I was doing some filming on my eating, as you've seen before. And he values a lot to be on time, to leave on time. And I value most to get things done. And when we do have things in common, like, excuse me please, values in conflict, that tends to lead to arguments and debates in the family. So I would like to just encourage you to discover for yourself. Yes, I'm coming. Encourage you to discover for yourself what are the things that you value that other members of your family don't value, what they are pissing you off with, or what you're pissing them off with, and you don't know why that is. You see, why is there the conflict? Because of the underneath value that you put on things. See you there. See you there? What does that mean? So, we have arrived now at our destination, 3.5 hours drive. I'm pretty tired, as you might be able to tell. You know, Grandpa is already outside. And just a quick learning, you know, when I was driving, I was listening to some audio tapes of interviews with several spiritual teachers, and also by the great Alan Watts, you know, in an audio series where he talks about his philosophy. And something really struck me, you know, he is not pretending to be a teacher, he is just doing his thing. You know, he was giving the example of the bird, you see, like the bird just doing his thing, his or her thing, its thing. It's just singing, and whoever comes along might enjoy that or might not. And in the same way, we should live our lives, you know, just putting ourselves forth, be ourselves, without kind of expecting that we come across a certain way or that other people will like that. Because this will be a natural consequence of us letting go of wanting to be liked. And in letting go of wanting to be liked, we are truly authentic, and then people do truly like us. So that was a great learning that I pulled from this great audio series, and I truly highly recommend you to check out Alan Watts' content that is available, because he's truly somebody who doesn't pretend to be a teacher. You know, whether you are become enlightened or wake up spiritually, that's not really up to you. That's kind of grace. In the same way as will you be successful, it's up to you. Just start here and right now and be yourself. You see, and this is what he greatly understood, and he lives. And honestly, like the great way, you know, to actually become extraordinary, as like successful or awakened or something like that, is by starting with the ordinary. You know, the journey to the extraordinary goes through the ordinary, and this is quite interesting and quite fascinating actually to see and witness that by starting out where we are, you know, this is kind of very extraordinary. You see, everybody tries to be extraordinary, so this is very ordinary, you know, the striving to be extraordinary. But by actually being okay with being ordinary, this is actually very extraordinary, and so people become very extraordinary this way. And yeah, he's waiting outside, I should go. And the other thing is, how do we use our time, you see? Can we use our time better in a way that's not forced? By, for example, when you're driving already, you might as well just listen to something that inspires you. So, yes, that's it. Isn't it fascinating, young kids, as they kind of chat and wander around and just have fun and what they do, you know? It's just freely expressing, making friends, and, you know, there are some kids that you like and that like you, and there are some kids that don't like you and that you don't like. It's actually quite fascinating, quite interesting, you know? So they go around, go about their lives, and then enter a phase of like, hello, of like deep confusion, you know, growing up, being lost, and then just to grow mature again into adulthood and, you know, find out who they truly are, because it's so much better if you really know who you are, you know, when you've gotten lost. And yeah, it's great, you know. Going to swim in a natural habitat, very good thing. You know, it's something different. I really enjoy that and love that as well, because you get in touch with nature again, you see, you're like, you know, you touch the plants in there, and it's like not all so artificial. I believe we should all do more things that get us back in touch with our own nature, like with nature itself. And so in this way, we, you know, rediscover the nature in ourselves by being in touch with the nature all around. It's beautiful. And also to just go swimming and go jumping off, you know. When was the last time you've been on the swings, you know, on some kind of playground? And I regularly do this just to challenge myself, you know, just to challenge my kind of ego that wants to have it like all laid out and all, you know, certain and yeah, you know, just have fun, express yourself, go dance, you know, go on the swings, you know, go jump over that thing here. That's can also be a great medicine. Yeah, you know, I said in the intro today in the morning, for me it was like in the morning, you know, for you it was like a few minutes ago, that I wanted to talk about a few things that I learned from my grandpa, you know, that I kind of pulled from his life as a learning, as a life experience that he gained, and so now I'm going to do that. He basically, it's about love, you know, it's about like true love, it's about finding the right person for you, and not living from a place of head, but rather from a place of heart. And what I mean by that is this. The story goes like that. He fell in love with a girl in the early 1940s, I believe. And he knew she wasn't, gonna be like the girl of his life, the love of his life. But at some point, she turned up at his workplace and said, I'm pregnant. And so he decided, man, like, I need to be there for her, like, for the kids, and he decided to stay. And basically what happened from this unhealthy foundation of this relationship came like 3 kids, out of this relationship. And, after the years, like my mother included, they all end up, they're all dead now, basically. My mom committed suicide, her sister also did, and my uncle basically drove himself into the ground, like working crazily hard, but paying attention to nutrition and everything. So he died as well, just passed out, Bye-bye. And you see, when our relationship is based on an unhealthy foundation that comes from a place of head, like what I mean by that is this mentality, like I should be in a relationship with her because of the kids. This is not what my heart says, but this is what I feel I should do because I made a mistake in the past. It's not good for the kids because honestly, like he was doing this for the kids, basically. But the kids they didn't benefit from that at all, from this unhealthy relationship, because you can't fake it for like 20 years, for like 18 years until you leave the house, whenever that might be. You can't, as parents, you can't fake that everything is happy and that you are truly in love with each other when you're not. So, this is also something that I was telling my friend. He was also kind of accidentally, I don't know any better way to put that, he basically accidentally became a father, and he said, she's not the love of my life. And I told him this story, and he said that has transformed him, and he knows now that, like, when the child grows old, like, grows up a little bit older, he's able to talk to him or her and say, I've made a mistake there, but I really want to live my life from a place of heart, and I hope you understand that. I do love you, but I don't want to pretend that I love my girlfriend at this time, your mother, but I try to be like the best father that I can be for you. So I was telling him that because the story really transformed me, and maybe the learning that we can pull from that is, do we really live from a place of heart, or do we live from a place of head when it comes to relationships? And especially there, it's like particularly hard to do that, because it's so easy, when we just by ourselves, we can actually arrange everything quite easily, to live from a place of head, or like heart instead of our head, But when it comes to relationship, it's sometimes, things happen that are unpredictable, and they're meant to really test us and challenge us to follow our hearts all the way. So that's one of the learnings that I pulled from his life, to always follow your heart also in relationships, and don't make the mistake of living from a place of head, because 3 kids end up dying, or killing themselves, and all the grandchildren, like me, my brother including, we all have trouble in relationships, you see, and it affects you down the road. It passes it on from generation to generation from generation. It's incredible what happens. Do you see that? That's a tower, probably from the Middle Ages, built for war purposes, and that really reminds me of another learning that I pulled from my grandfather while we are discussing what I've learned from him. He used to be in war when he was 17. Remember, he's from Germany, so please do not judge. Maybe in different circumstances we would all have done things differently in a different cultural environment, with a different set of cultural norms and conditionings and values that are put on by you, by society. So please do not judge. Anyway, he was in war when he was 17. His older brother was 19, and he said he remembered his brother always used to complain and was always worried, that things, wouldn't work out, that he wouldn't find his way back home, that he will get injured or even worse, like killed. And my grandfather always had hope. He had faith. Faith he had. And he truly and honestly believed that he will be coming back, no matter what. And just imagine in this environment of people dying all over, you have no plants growing anywhere, it's just a battlefield. There are bombs going off and you're there shooting, it's noisy, you don't get to sleep, your sustenance, cigarettes and a little bit of alcohol, that's it, for weeks and weeks and weeks, in incredible, harsh circumstances. And when I think about me right now being in a position where I am and talking about, you gotta make sense of life, life, happens for you, not just to you, and everything there's a meaning, that we can uncover. What can we learn from the situation? Life wants to teach us something, and the positive outlook onto life. It's quite easy to say it in my perspective, because I really haven't had any major challenges of that scale like he had. But this is really something that I admire in him, that having such a degree of faith in such harsh circumstances. And maybe I should end the story like that. His brother actually died. He didn't come back from war, but my grandfather did. So that's why I'm here now speaking to you. So you don't know what your faith can bring, even like further down the road for your grandkids and for all other people. You impact so many people by just employing this faith and trust in life. It's just unimaginable how positivity can really transform the life, just far beyond just getting what you want, which is usually kind of the aim and the goal of positive thinking. Far beyond that, you inspire people. Other people see this positivity in you and they would actually wish it for themselves, but for some reason they can't find a way to reach deep down and uncover this positivity that's already and always underneath that. So you can really be a light to the world, like a medicine to the world, and I mean that, by being having this positive outlook. And it is shaped by the challenges of life. It definitely is. So right now, even like when my grandmother passed away, or all of his 3 kids passed away, he really was not kind of wavering in his outlook to life. Like when you've been 17 and you went through war and you came back from this faith and positive outlook, nothing can really shake you in your great fundamental core of your being. So that's what I believe, what we all have to learn, especially in our times where we really do not have to. I mean, I don't know your background, so I don't know, and there are people on this planet in places right now who do truly have great troubles and problems, but most of us, probably you when you're listening, don't have really all that much of a big of a problem like he did. I'm not denying that the things are real for us, but I'm just saying it's like a different quality. So we all have to learn to utilize those things to kind of, practice our faith, our positive outlook, and to learn and grow from those challenges. This is what this game is all about.